Turner's Travels returns to Kenya exactly 1 year after the first video that was shot in Nairobi. And I've come to Kericho, the tea producing region in northwest Kenya in the highlands. Here it's ideal climate for growing tea. It's sunny in the mornings and has rain showers in the evenings. And Kenya is the world's third largest producer of tea after Sri Lanka and India. And it accounts for Kenya having 20 to 30% of its exports is tea, and 60% of the tea is grown by people like these, the private producers who sell their tea to the big company. It used to be Brook Bond, which was here 12 years ago when I came here and took photographs. I've come here to do videos now, and the whole area is taken over by Unilever, which markets Lipton and Brook Bond tea. These tea pickers will work on the same patch and will visit the same bush every 17 days to pick these tender leaves. And if these tea pickers are worth their weight in gold, they will actually pick the weight in tea equivalent to their body weight. Now, Kenya also exports vegetables and flowers, and the tea makes Kenya famous. But it doesn't make Kenya a rich country, because Kenya is not exporting cars, buses, aeroplanes and ships. And it has to buy hardware like computers, cars, buses from the rich countries, and their balance of trade is always going to be a deficit because they're not going to receive the sufficient amount of millions of pounds or dollars for their exports compared to what they're buying. And that means Kenya will remain an agrarian economy and therefore not a rich country ever in its wildest dreams. Kenya is ranked about 147th in the Human Development Index, which was brought in by the United Nations as an efficient way of measuring the country's wealth linked to the individual lifestyle. Years ago we used to just do national domestic product, which was how much a country would earn, because all countries are like businesses, shops. They're here to produce a profit, and that is what makes a country rich. And the richest country in the world in one respect is the United States of America, because it's got the most money in its economy. It's the world's biggest economy, but it's not the world's richest country on the Human Development Index. It's Norway, because Norway, although it earns less money than the United States, has far fewer people to share that wealth. Now we're told China is the world's second largest economy, and China's about 92 in the HDI ranking. The British politicians tell us, oh, we've just gone up to being the 6th biggest economy in the world. Yeah, but we're about number 14 in the HDI index. So it's the HDI index which is the determinant of the country's wealth shared amongst its people, but the extra factor is it's weighing up its lifestyle. How well off are its people? How many years do they go to school? How many years can a person expect to live? How many people share a doctor? And how far will your money go? And at the moment, because of Kenya's security problems, it's probably attributed to its decline in its shillings rate. Now we're getting about 145 shillings to the pound as opposed to 125, which brings me on to saying you can call it a developing world, but some countries aren't developing. And is Kenya developing? Or is it standing still, or is it going backwards? And that comes back to the HDI index of the country's rankings can alter on a yearly basis. And these people are earning their money from the tea picking. And if you can zero in on the tea picking skills of this young man here, come over here.
I'm seeing that.
Walk in.
If I walk closer, you will be.
Thank you very much. I'll give you the camera back in a moment. These are the Kenyans. These are private individuals picking the tea. Do any of the tea pickers speak English? Only Swahili. No one speaks English here?
Who can speak English? One. Okay. One. You ask him. Talk to him.
So when you're next drinking your cup of Brook Bomb tea, Yorkshire tea, Lipton tea, this is where it comes from. The heart of Kenya, the tea growing region of the highlands of Kericho. And tea is picked 6 days a week, every week of the year. And what happens if they work for the multinational companies, they receive an hourly wage which is based upon how much they pick, and the children get free schooling and the family receive a free medical care in the village clinic. And there's lots of villages around here because there are 7 tea factories. These private individuals will sell their tea to the big companies, which are by and large owned by Britain. And I think that this is a great insight to where our cup of tea will come from. The tea will now be taken to a weighing station, be taken to a factory where it will be processed, and the black tea or the exotic aromas will be exported. The basic tea will remain in Kenya, and a lot of the basic tea will be brought to England, where most of the money will be made by those in the industry who will be processing and packaging the tea. This is Turner's Travels, coming you direct live from Kericho, Kenya, August 2014. Goodbye for now. Here's an interesting footnote. These ladies tell us that they get paid 14 shillings a kilo, and they can pick 50 kilos in a day. And that's not much money, is it? We're going to be shown now the tea leaf. It's 2 leaves and a bud. And we've just watched these people pick the tea. It's hard work. They work 6 days a week. Virtually no holidays. And this is the mainstay of the tea picking industry in Kericho. Goodbye for now. Here we have an excellent encapsulating and typical view of the hillside landscape in the area of Kericho. We can see a corridor where the workers would work towards their patch, and as we look into the background we can see a village. Now these tea workers will earn on average £5 a day, but in addition they will receive free accommodation in the village, a free clinic, and their children will attend school free. So that's the career package of a tea picker in Kenya. Now these tea pickers are working in Kericho, not far away from the weighing station.
Yes.
They're going to weigh their tea.
Yes.
At midday, early afternoon.
Thank you.
And they're going to fill the basket.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes.
They're going to pay 14 pence a kilo. They're going to probably earn £5 in the day. And this is a genuine Kenyan tea picker.
Yes. Thank you.
And they talk to each other to help pass the time.
Yes.
This is the life of a tea picker. Back breaking, especially on the young bushes. These are the short bushes, the young ones, so it's not an upright experience.
Thank you.
This is your typical looking tea village. These houses with clothesline, and then they've got the firewood outside the end there, firewood in front of us here. Outhouse toilet. Beautiful, peaceful, quiet place to live. So once again, 14 shillings per kilo picked. You earn about £5 a day, and you get free accommodation in the company's tea villages. And somewhere here there will be a clinic and a school, and it's quite a nice place to live compared to where most rural Kenyans would live. And there in the middle of the picture is the communal shower, roofless but private. And these are the very welcoming people here.